Okay, I just hit record, so that's a thing that's happened.
Hooray. We're recording.
Yeah, we are. Live and in stereo in front of a live studio audience. In Buena Vista, Florida. Coming to you live from fucking Do It Studios.
Oh my God. Can you imagine if we had a studio? Oh.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
My dream would come true of having a live studio audience because I'm this close then to having an actual band by this. Like, if we could do the thing, yeah. Really, that's a life goal for me that I never even bothered to pursue. But like, yeah, late show host to be able to have like my own roots band or Jean Baptiste or whatever. Like, I need my Paul Scher. Yeah, like, yeah. I need that.
I bet we could fucking work it out. Like I bet we could talk to one of the people we know to like have a shitty, like it would be a shitty time slot. Like during the week at like 6 or something like that. But I bet we could do a live somewhere.
In front of no one, we can absolutely record this and pay for a band. I can do this myself, really. Like, I have a birthday coming up. I can just dig into the coffers, go a bit into debt, and just literally have the house band.
We don't even need to pay for the band. I would talk to Johnny and like
Johnny's one man. Please understand, a one-man band is the problem. Like, playing guitar, great. Add a harmonica, great, you're a virtuoso. Strap a pair of cymbals in between your legs and suddenly everybody's crossing the street to get the fuck away from you. Like, that's how this works.
I bet we could get a band. I bet we could do this. If this is something that we want to do in 2020 at some point, we can make this happen.
Jamie, that's always something I want to do. Like, okay. I want to play live music again, so okay.
I want to know what your goals are so that we have a focus.
You know what? That's actually something we can talk about today because I've got an event possibly coming up, and I'm trying to kick around what I want to do.
Okay.
So give him the intro, man.
Welcome everyone once again to the fucking Do It cast, coming at you from the hardknockmedia.com podcasting network. That's Nerds of Color. So Hard Knock NOC. You're going to see the URL above and below. We take sponsorships. We do paid promotions. We do.
Yes, we do.
They just haven't come a knocking. So until then, our sponsor is our host. So
can you hear me knocking? Ring doorbells? You know, when somebody comes a knocking to your doorbell, all I think of is Ring. Ring, that's right, the official doorbell of the fucking Do It cast. You know, when you're not home, when I'm not home, I rely on Ring doorbells to keep me connected to the people who are outside of my home. Are they home invaders? Is it a land shark? I don't know what it is, but I'm prepared thanks to our friends at Ring Doorbells. Go ahead and head over to ring.com. Use offer code fucking do it up in the top left-hand corner where the microphone is. Nothing will actually happen. You're going to get real confused, but just give it a shot anyway. You know, just cause for your friends here at the fucking Do It cast.
You know what? I bet there are enough companies out there setting up these offers that, like, if you catch the one that hasn't quite set it up correctly and you put in fucking Do It as the coupon code, I'm sure it'll work. Like, someone has had to have fucked it up somehow.
Yeah, I'm looking at you, adamandeve.com.
Dude, I would totally do ad reads for like sex toys and shit. I do not give a fuck.
I will do ad reads for absolutely. That's not true. Not absolutely. Almost anything. Almost anything.
I think that would be hysterical.
Actually, that's not true. I will do ad reads for anything, but I ultimately will edit the copy in something that I don't approve of. So,
right, for sure. Man, yeah, that's something like, I guess that's another thing we can try to solicit. It would require me to figure out like our listenership and our audience and stuff. Maybe that's like a year 4 thing for I don't know how many years.
Yeah, probably once we start getting listeners, and then because right now we can do like a show of hands sort of thing.
Right.
Because I think we can actually see all of our listeners at the moment, so it's fine.
Yeah, we need to find advertisers that want to reach Keith. Like very specific.
I need a niche market. You know what it is? What is it? Sideshow Collectibles?
Yeah, Sideshow Collectibles. Yeah,
that's what it is. Yeah. So this way, when he goes back and listens to the episode, you're just gonna narrow cast.
Yeah, we'll find out. Like this week from Sideshow Collectibles, they did release a life-sized version of the child. So
right. Yeah, there's that, but you know what? We're gonna double back. I'm gonna take a shot and guess. Yo, boss, it's your favorite employee. So I imagine at some point along the way, they're gonna end up doing some more NBA models. I see you on Insta. I see you hitting the gym, showing a little love to the memory of Kobe. I saw it. Like I know what you're thinking because I'm thinking the same thing. You need yourself another Basketball Jones.
Oh.
Because you got that Basketball Jones.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basketball Jones. Basketball Jones.
Because what I need to do is on the Nerds of Color Network, I need to do a Barry White impression. That's the most yeah. I know what you're thinking. You got that Basketball Jones. Mm-hmm.
Man, so speaking of Nerds of Color, there was the Oscars were this past weekend, and and everyone was pissed because once again the Academy, punted, and it was like, Parasite won for best movie, but like none of the actors in the best movie of 2020 were up for any kind of nomination because they probably couldn't pronounce the names anyway. And so like I had an idea of like us hosting an Oscar party, like a Nerds of Color Oscar party, where we would just like category by category talk about who should be in the Oscars as we shit talk the thing. And maybe that's something we could schedule for next year because they're going to fuck it up again.
I was going to say, you're going to have to do a few things for me, Jamie. We're going to have some sort of like required screeners or something like that, or you're going to have to give me some homework or something, because the last movie I saw was that Star Wars jam. So I'm trying to think of anything. What was before that? I saw the It sequel before that. So yeah. So as far as like, the Academy Awards, not so much. Razzies I can do. I'm good with that. Worst movie of the year? Sure. Yeah. Like believe me, as a bearded white guy, I'm very qualified to shit on things on the internet. At least that's what my fellow brethren have told me.
There are entire channels on YouTube where people such as yourselves shit on things and make a living at it.
Look exactly like me. Can we not bring up the last part of that? Because that makes me cry a little inside. Like,
we just need to get our numbers up. We could get that sweet ad revenue.
No. I can't do this. Like, I can't. I made both the mistake and the joy of rewatching Newsroom for I don't know how manyth time.
Yep.
And all I hear is the lead guy going, I'm on a mission to civilize, and him rallying against people shitting all over things on the internet, and this like who yells the loudest matters the most culture. So I'm good with not starting a YouTube channel where I shit on movies and everything else. Like we try and build things up around here.
That's true. We do.
We'll call things out, but we'll try and build things up a little bit. Well, I can't be part of that culture, man.
That's why I thought it would have been. That's why I thought it would have been interesting to do a Nerds of Color Oscar party, just to highlight like other films that had come out during the year that other people starred in.
There's the steadfast rule. You're not allowed to shit on a movie.
Yeah. Like we would just be highlighting new stuff or actors that we thought did really great performances or things that like were missing. Because every year people complain that the Oscars punted, And
Yeah.
and I was like, and I was thinking this year, I was like, well, fuck it, let's just make our own Oscars. It's not going to be worth anything, but like, you know, we're getting invested in things we have no stakes in anyway, so might as well do it with things that we like.
Yeah. And plus no James Corden. So there's that.
Oh yeah, thank God. Oof.
See?
That motherfucker.
Yep. The only fat white guy you're going to catch around these parts is your boy.
Brandon Chalmers, what have you been geeking on?
So, oh man, what have I been geeking on? So what I've been geeking on most recently, one, rewatching Newsroom and introducing my loving girlfriend to that. And that has been a lot of fun tearing through that and really emotional at the end. And if you haven't watched Newsroom, if you have an Amazon Prime subscription, it is on there streaming for free. So long as you have Prime, you should go do that. It's very good. So every year, shy of last year because previous administration, I like to do something fun that is kind of out of the box for my birthday. So I've done monster trucks in the past. We've done Dave and Buster's. 2 years ago, we did a trampoline park. Like, I like to go out and do childish things because I like to get people out of their box. Like, can I throw a party? Yes. Can I go out to bars and what have you? Yeah. Like when we went out years ago to go see a band, I made sure that it looked like kind of a crappy 80s or 90s cover band. Like it was an intentionally bad experience that we were all going to go enjoy together. And they delivered. The bass player wore a bedazzled shirt with a cross on it, had a skullet, and proceeded to play bass in the sultriest of ways and like lick his teeth and like kind of eyeball some random women that were there. And it was a whole experience, so much so that your friend of mine and former Super Art Fight tag team champion, Brian Prindeville, did a tribute image for that as a birthday gift afterward because it stuck in his head the next morning, I think, when he was at brunch with his wife or something like that, and he decided to draw it.
That's horrifying.
So, yeah, it's terrifying. It's real bad. But, yeah, so this year I'm thinking about doing things a little differently. I've been kicking this idea around for a few years. I think I'm going to pull the trigger on it. I want to do a scavenger hunt.
Ooh. Okay.
What I did is there's a couple different places on the internet who've done this, and what I'm reminded of are two things. There's one, the old, and man, this is going to date me, and I apologize, but I imagine that a good part of our audience will recognize this. Way back in the early 2000s, Bam Margera had a TV show called Viva La Bam. You'll remember him from Jackass fame. Mm-hmm. So he did a thing where he went out for his birthday one year and did a scavenger hunt where basically you had a list of things that you needed to do on camera, and then they called in, and then somebody at base kept track of the points, and then the winner got some sort of prize. And it looked like a hell of a lot of fun because it was just basically people going out and doing stupid human tricks. There's a more recent show called King of the Road that follows Thrasher magazine of skateboard fame, and they basically take three teams, they pit them against each other, they do a bunch of skateboard tricks and a thing called the Bible, and there's basically like a list of these things. And then also there are fun pranks and things to do on the scavenger hunt as well to add points. The person who gets the most points, I think, gets like a $10,000 bonus or something like that, and then they cover a Thrasher magazine as a team. So what I did is I put together a list of items that I want on my scavenger hunt. And the idea is that we're going to have everyone hop on and do the scavenger hunt and then post what's happening on Instagram live so that people can follow along using the same hashtag.
Oh, like stories and shit like that.
Yeah, not stories. I want this to show up everywhere.
Oh, okay.
I want genuine posts. I don't want this to go anywhere because I think that's got to be part of the factor. You got to be willing to own this. Because anybody can post it. Go ahead.
So, do you have examples of things?
Yeah. So I've broken it into sections of 20, 30, 50, and 100 points. So a sample of a 20-point one is just cry. Somebody has to cry on camera. I don't care if you can do it on command. Doesn't make a difference to me, but you have to be able to cry.
Okay.
A team member has to eat their own height in beef jerky.
Ooh.
So like Slim Jims, how tall are we talking? Are you going to have the shortest person do it? Can that short person eat that much salted meat? I think you're absolutely set up for this. There are some that are things that are dumb things that are more tongue-in-cheek and fun, but could definitely get you thrown out of a target, like lick a mannequin's ass.
Is there a challenge to eat a sushi boat?
No, there is a 100-point challenge for the most tacos in your mouth at one time, but only one team can win. There's a couple other food challenges. There is Eat a McGangbang and a bonus 20 points if you Lady in the Trampet with another team member.
That's great.
Yeah. Let's see. Sing the Golden Girls theme song with everyone in your team. Let's see. Get a high five from a cop. Let's see. What else? Arm wrestle a fast food employee from across the counter or in the drive-thru. Let's see. Make a meal for everyone while in the vehicle.
I want to plug in a Foreman grill.
Right, and this is the question. It's like
breasts and shit.
Right, yeah. How ambitious are you getting? Because I got to be honest with you. If somebody makes a PB&J in the back of a car, is that a meal? Sure. But if the next person decides to do like a fresh Caesar salad where they're chopping it in the car, suddenly that peanut butter sandwich is just like, that's a snack. Now you've raised the bar for everyone else.
We got an air fryer for Christmas.
So all I see is a power inverter and an air fryer strapped between the two back seats.
Yeah.
And you just making onion rings.
Well, you need to vent out. So like it would be at the side of the window, and
that's fine.
But like, I mean,
yeah.
Y'all want steak? Because air fryer steak, yo, that shit's good. That shit's good. That shit is medium rare, like you want it, or if you want it darker, you can make it longer, man. And you could do fries, and you could do a whole fucking meal in the air fryer.
Yeah,
and it's a two-prong plug.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Just all you need is a power inverter. So the idea being, I still need to figure out the prize. The prize is going to be the big thing that I got to try and work out what exactly we're talking about doing. But as far as the actual scavenger hunt, I'm thinking of basically breaking everyone up into teams based on the size of the vehicles. And then basically handing the Bibles over to each team, one copy to each team. You get 10 minutes to review the Bible before you set off. We hit the stopwatch, and you get, I'm thinking, 4 hours to accomplish as many things on this list as humanly possible.
Yeah. I think if Erin comes, I want to do the cooking challenge in her van because she has a van with a kitchen.
And this is the question. Do you get a ringer? Does somebody live that van life and pile everyone along?
Yeah, we get Erin and we can have like a full 4-course fucking meal.
Right.
God, that would be awesome. Shit, man.
Sky's the limit, Jamie. That's all I'm saying. Sky is the limit. So that's what I'm kicking around. I've been thinking about doing this for a few years. So I'm thinking I'm going to try and get a couple people together and just do the thing and see what happens. I set no limits on where you can go. I set no limits on how creative you are about it. It's literally just a documentation and keep track of the points. And if you want to have a little fun, you can start tagging the other teams in what you've done.
Yeah. There's like an international scavenger hunt, like Gish Wishes. I forgot what it's called, but it's an international thing where it's similar things, like similar stunts and stuff. But like,
Yeah.
One of the supernatural actors is in the thing, and like,
Sure. Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. But yeah, so the idea really being, I just want people to go out and do dumb things with friends and enjoy themselves, and then we just come back and make a bunch of food and just hang out and enjoy each other and talk about all the dumb shit that we did.
Yeah, that could be a lot of fun.
Yeah, just do something a little different.
Nice.
Yeah. So, and if no one shows, then we'll have base camp, and it'll be me and a bunch of other people, just see how much stuff we can actually just get accomplished in that time.
That would be great.
Yeah.
I wonder if I could get Matt to come by, because he loves this kind of weird, wacky, human dumb shit tricks. He would do that shit too. We could get him. We could get a lot of stuff done on that list.
Yeah, that's
get
what I'm
homeboy
thinking.
drunk a little bit.
So what I'm thinking I'm gonna try and do is I'm gonna maybe put out a thing of trying to take suggestions. If you have suggestions on something to add to the list, I'm not looking to do anything illegal, anything terribly expensive, or anything that is an absolute destruction of property in any way, shape, or form. I also don't want to objectify or make anyone feel physically uncomfortable based on sexuality or intimidation or anything else like that. Like I want everyone involved to be a willing participant in what's going on and for the thing to be funny. I'm good with slightly uncomfortable, but funny. Yeah.
Man,
so if you have ideas, hit me up. You can go ahead and shoot me a message on Instagram at that guy Chalmers.
I'm really thinking about the beef jerky challenge. I might need to try that tomorrow, just cause. Like after climbing.
Why?
Yeah, just after the climbing gym, go to the 7-Eleven and be like, "That box is mine, bitch."
See, and this is the problem that I have with this though, is if you go climb and then you eat that much salted meat, I think you won't actually be able to move. Like you'll be too Gumby, and then all of a sudden everything will shrink, and you'll just be a T-Rex. You'll just be wandering around like this, just trying to draw. Like I can't do the thing. Yeah, can't happen.
Oh man, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
So you were also talking about like live music or playing out and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I've been wanting to try and do some dumb music things for forever, but our schedules are nuts.
That's true.
Because you're really the only other person I know who plays music, like on any sort of regularity.
That's true.
And yeah, I mean, we've done like jam things from time to time. I would love to turn that into a more of a regular thing.
Yeah, like a house jam party or something like that.
House jam party, yeah, backyard, yada yadas, what have yous, and it's basically find an excuse just to play music, even if it's just like you and I hanging out on here, just doing dumb shit.
Yeah, we could do that. Have guitar, we'll travel.
Well, have internet, don't have to travel.
That's true. Or we get an amp and we go to like the remotest place and turn it up as far as it'll go. Because I got this Fender Deluxe piece of shit over here. It's a tube amp, and you go from 0 to 1. And the neighbors are knocking down your door because tube amps are loud as fuck. I've never pushed it above a 2. Like,
wow,
it goes up to 10, man. I've never heard it at a 10.
Nah, I honestly haven't used an amp in forever. I picked up a thing called Amplify TT, and it's like a desktop model. Essentially syncs with your phone, and you're able to just plug it into it. It simulates an amplifier, works with your headphones. It's Bluetooth capable, and then you also have the ability to select guitar settings based on popular songs. So, like if you wanted to play Everlong or something like that, you can actually type in the name of the band, and they basically simulate the Foo Fighters tone.
That's pretty cool
for you to be able to do without having to put forth any extra effort. So you can just learn how to play along with it. Yeah, it's a total cheat sheet sort of thing, but it's rad.
No, fuck it, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I went down the VST rabbit hole. I don't know what VST stands for, but basically they're plugins that you can hook into any digital audio recording software. And there's a PRS set where they modeled some of their amps and stuff. So I put that in the thing, and like, I don't know, it's terrible. you can go down a rabbit hole. But I use some of the VSTs for editing this podcast, at least on the audio side, to make it nice and shiny. So
fancy.
At least we're using the stuff. We're upgrading slowly but surely. I don't know. We could.
Sure, why not? Jamie Noguchi.
So hold on. Let me.
Wow, that was a long draw you had going on there, bro.
Oh fuck! Because I gotta move shit. Okay, so I upgraded my camera.
Jesus.
My little point and shoot. Well, not my point and shoot. My Micro Four Thirds. I had a couple of lenses and the EP5. A couple of lenses. Some accessories for the EP5, like the extra the viewfinder bullshit thing. So I traded them in, and I picked up a Panasonic GX8.
Okay.
So it's still Micro Four Nerd. It's basically like I think it might be similar to like your EM10, but with a different system. So like Panasonic or Olympus or whatever.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So this is more megapixels than the EP5, which is nice to have. But I was interested in trying to use this as a webcam. So like you plugging the computer, plugging this into the computer and using this as the camera instead of like the built-in cameras here.
Yeah.
Because I know I'm pretty sure yours has the capability.
I'm pretty sure it does too. I've never spent the time to actually do it.
Yeah. So I'm curious about that. I'm curious about because we both have pretty decent microphones. You've got the Yeti, I've got a Raspberry, and they're way too much for what we're using them for. We could be using gaming mics, and that's the podcast. But I figure if we're gonna try it, we should try it. So next week. The only problem with this camera is the audio jack is one of those 0.25 or 2.5 millimeter things instead of the other regular one. So I have an adapter coming. So but I'm going to try to use this next week to see if that works. If the lag isn't too bad, maybe we could figure out how to hook up your camera.
That I would be curious about that as well.
Yeah. So we'll have nice bokeh in the background. The blurry curtains behind me. That's the sign of a true pro podcast, is the blurred background.
Doesn't the Apple camera automatically do that as an option?
Not on the 2015 MacBook Pro. It doesn't.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, that's right. I forgot.
Not on the non-touch bar, non-butterfly keyboard, non-bullshit MacBook Pro. It's bare bones.
No, I forgot. I got that same jam.
It's bigger than the EP5. So I don't have to get the extra grip, because when I would use the EP5, I would have to do this kind of thing. And the pinky would be off to the side. So this has a better grip to it. And it has a built-in viewfinder. Nice. The EP5, I had to buy an extra one to slot it on there. And then if you do that, you can't use a flash. So now this has the rangefinder thing, so I can look at it and I can put on a flash and do all this kind of stuff. So
that's cool.
I've done a little bit of test driving with it, going away this weekend. So I'll do some more testing. But next week, if it doesn't suck too bad, we're going to try recording the podcast with an actual camera.
Fancy pants.
Yeah. So we'll see. And then we can work on figuring out how to get yours hooked up and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we'll have to figure out that whole setup, because sometimes I'm not home when I end up doing the podcast. We can figure that out later on.
Yeah. The real option is if we just get together and film in the same place and do the podcast that way.
No, we're not allowed to do that. That's not how this works.
But yeah, so I've been thinking about upgrading certain things and just seeing how far we could push it. Maybe get more lights and stuff, and I don't know.
I've been thinking about a ring light or whatever it is. I've got an LED desk light that I tilt toward me, so this way I'm constantly blinded as I do the podcast. But the lighting's much better.
Yeah.
But
so like if anyone out there has any recommendations for things, just because like we don't stream, so like we don't do Twitch, we don't do any of that stuff.
No,
but I know there are a lot of podcasters that use Twitch to kind of broadcast live while they're doing stuff and while they're doing a podcast. So I don't know. I've been thinking about like expanding our operation bit by bit, just to see how far we could go. Just to see.
I get it. I get it. On the plus side, nothing hits the edit floor with us.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
If we can figure out a clever way to do the bumper with us actively recording, I'm here for that. No, I just mean the intro and outros. Like,
yeah. I think there's definitely software that could do that. There's decks that, so like, you know, it's something to think about. But yeah, so that's pretty much all I had. I didn't have a topic for this week because I wanted to keep it a little short because I'm still in the middle of deadlines, but I didn't want to start and stop the podcast. Like I wanted it to keep it going and stuff.
Gotcha. Okay, right on.
Because I know you're going to get busy in a little bit, so if we have to scale back like the amount of time it takes us to do the show, still fine. But I still wanted.
We can figure it out. We can always reschedule and just try and do it like weekend mornings or something like that. We can figure something out. Like, well, I want to keep doing this thing because this has been the reality of the podcast. If anyone actually is like listening to this is like, why did you guys start doing this? I want an excuse to hang out with my buddy, and life gets in the way. Like I realized podcasts are almost the best way for you to hang out and just talk with your friends.
That's true.
And just force yourself to be like, shit, I got to do the thing. Because like now it's on the schedule. Now I'm like, okay, I need to spend the time and hang out with Jamie. This is an important thing for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think being able to do that makes total sense. But yeah, there's about to be some life changes for me, and you're about to finish your book first one.
Yeah.
First one.
And then right on to the second.
That's all right. Hey man, keep that grind rolling. Yeah.
It's man, God, I am so tired all the time now. Not that I wasn't tired all the time before, but like now it's even more
nonsense. Jamie Noguchi doesn't sleep. That's the secret.
Yeah, that is true. I don't sleep. I should sleep.
I don't understand how you don't sleep.
I know
it's not true. I know you actually do sleep.
Well, yeah, but I can make it till 3 a.m. And still be awake at like 8 to get Hazel to school. She hasn't been late yet, so I count that as a victory.
Okay, all right. Well, then basically you and I are operating on a relatively similar schedule then.
You're up to like usually 3?
No, I'm up to usually like 1, but I'm up at 5:30.
Oh, yeah. It's
just
shifted. The time.
Yeah, we're just shifting. Yeah. The time shifts a bit. Okay, never mind. Then I'm feeling much better about my lot in life. That I'm slowly burning the candle at both ends by not sleeping at all.
You too can be crazy. So yeah, I wanted to keep it short. Before we go, I want to send a shout out and a well wish to Keith Youngblood. He's going for the MEW title this weekend.
Yes.
I forgot we had a thing this weekend, so I cannot go, and I'm kicking myself because of it. But like, we'll just buy the DVD and we'll watch it. And
we're gonna have to do it. You know, we can do like a watch party or something like that. We'll have to figure out how to do that and see how we go about doing that or what have you.
We'll get the Rumble and we'll get this one and we'll two for it and then we'll see. Like we'll try to.
How quickly we get shut down.
Yeah, I'll try not to like spoil myself for the results.
Nonsense. I'm going to spoil myself. I'm going to watch social media like a fucking hawk.
Okay.
You deserve this shit, son. Get after it.
And if there's any way we could live stream it, I'll do some research into that. I don't think they're set up for that yet. But man, I'm excited. I'm excited for Homeboy. He's been training like a motherfucker. Like, you know, he's been putting in the work. He's been doing the shows. Like,
yeah.
So I'm a little upset that we can't be there with him. Well, we'll just have to go to the next one.
Yeah, we'll just have to do the thing. But yeah, shout out to Keith. For anyone curious about Keith, we met him a couple of years ago at Connecticut during a charity thing. We were doing Dares for Dollars, and somebody challenged us to give us big wrestling chops with all of our shirts off, myself, Marty Day, and Ross Nover. And Keith pulled me aside and was like, hey, man, I don't know who the heck those guys are, but I'm an actual pro wrestler, and you should let me chop you. And I was like, cool, you're stoned. I donated for him. I was so excited about it. And that dude left a handprint on my chest. You could see the individual fingers. Oh, yeah, I may have to throw those up on social media before the weekend's out. But
and the sound it made in that hall, like,
because he knows how to manage a crowd. He's like 19 feet tall, right? And he puts his hand on my shoulder, right? Raises his hand up in the sky. I look up, and I swear that hand was like tickling the rafters, like I scraped a light fixture in a ballroom.
Yeah. He could pick up the moon and throw it at you.
Right, yeah, right. Hands the size of dinner plates, like full Tony Robbins banana hands. And before that, he silences the crowd, gets all everybody, and comes down that I swear you could hear the wind between his fingers, and then the loudest crack and pop I've ever heard. And it was, I'd say, an easy 2 seconds before I really started to feel the pain start to come in. I hit the ground immediately because I knew exactly how this works. You take the impact, you try and follow through. Because if I tried to stand my ground, Jesus Christ. And I, like an idiot, was like, he looked at me right before he got started, and I was like, no, seriously, chop the shit out of me. And like, give me this look, like, you all right? Like, I'm serious. And I don't know if it was, yeah, okay, fine, whatever you want, buddy. And Lord, did that hurt. And he decided to befriend me afterward. And
it was
that's
so
probably
cool.
One of the kindest. Yeah, like, so cool. Rad. Anyway, but we've gotten a chance to hang out with him. We saw him live when we went up to Jersey. He's, wrestling with a bunch of guys who are on the AEW roster right now. So he's earned his spot. So I can't wait to see him. Good luck to you, sir. I hope you get the belt. If not, you will absolutely get it at some point in the future. I have nothing but faith in you. Yeah. But yeah, so much love. Jamie Noguchi, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter, Angry Zen Master. You can find me on Instagram, Jamie Noguchi. Apparently, people are finding me on LinkedIn, so that's a thing. But yeah, I'm at all the places. You find me here, wherever you find this posted and all that kind of shit. Brandon Chalmers, where can people find you?
They can find me on Instagram at that guy Chalmers. That is the only place that I end up posting anything anymore. I'm going to end up nuking my Twitter account from Orbit probably this evening, just because to hell with it. And I don't know who you are on Facebook. So, shoot me a message. You should be like, hey, I heard you on the thing. I want to be your friend. I'll be like, all right, cool. Good talk. So give that a shot. Why not?
All right.
Yeah, roll that next, son. Do that thing.
Yeah. I never know how to end this shit, so bye.
Bye. Bye.